But a lot of people have misconceptions about consulting, right? That, oh wow, we'll be traveling to so many amazing places and everything, and such a luxurious life we'll be living. But that is not how it really looks like. The reality is far from different. Like, even if I'm on a flight, I would be fighting with the air hostess. Like, she'll be like, ma'am, please keep your laptop here. Ma'am, please keep your laptop. I'm like, no, let me just send this one email before we take off, right? That is the kind of pressure you're constantly in. Like, even if you're sitting in the car, you're just looking at your laptop or phone. Because you have to be available all the time. And you don't know when you're going to go next, where you're going to go next, or when you will be asked to go somewhere, anything. So you don't have any control over your own time.
So in an uncertain situation, how do you navigate yourself through? Like, what do you look forward to?
One very important factor to remember is that you are not alone. That uncertain factor is there for everybody, right? And typically in an MBA, it's a very highly competitive environment, right? So you tend to make a lot of small comparisons here and there. It's everything is relative, right? You are in competition with the people around you as well. So just to remember that, if I am facing this uncertain situation, everybody else is also facing it, right? So that kind of gives a little comfort in not knowing what is going to happen, because everybody will be in the same boat. And beyond that, of course, you have to accept it कि चीजें मेरे हाथ में नहीं हैं, and जितना मेरे हाथ में है उतना I can do, right? Like, I cannot say that BCG will hire this many number of people this year. I don't know how many people they're going to hire, right? I can only work on my preparation, or I can decide for myself how I want to mitigate the risks that are there. Maybe consulting will not hire as many people this year. So what is the other thing that I'm preparing for? What is the other thing that I'm ready with? Maybe the placements will not happen very well, right? So am I mentally prepared for applying off campus, right? So those kind of things you have to think. And ultimately, my fundamental belief is that if you work hard, if you put effort, and in a right direction, right? Not just putting effort and not knowing what you're doing,
right,
but putting effort, working hard is enough to get you through any uncertain situation as well, because it is not in your hands. So it is not in your hands. You can work on yourself in that time. You can get yourself to the point that, okay, maybe the job market is not good, but the day the job market gets better, I am ready, I am sitting prepared, that the moment I go there, then I don't have to start from scratch, that, oh, now the job market is okay, so now let me start my preparation, right? You have to be prepared. That is something you cannot change.
We are seeing something similar happening right now also, right? Post-COVID, in the news, we see a lot of B school graduates are not placed from top IIMs and top IITs, right? What are your insights on it? Like, what we see online, is that true? Or if it is true, what can somebody do to, again, do something like you, where things are uncertain, but they can still prepare so that when things are hot again, they are the first person who can grab that opportunity?
I think my 2 cents on that are that their situation has actually, become a little bad from before, because we did see that a lot of IIM graduates, even IIT graduates, have struggled with placements. Even I have seen people around me in MBB also struggle for good exits, because MBBs are typically known for giving you very good exits into, different sectors that are available, whatever you want to pursue ahead in life, with great raises and everything, great roles. But that has also taken a hit, right? From what I remember, the things that we had seen for 2 years senior to us, the batch that got the kind of exits versus our batch, right? So there is definitely a difference. It is definitely tougher to get those kind of roles, because a lot of different factors are changing. Before, there was this election throughout the world.
Yeah.
So that had an impact on a lot of things. Then there is this AI coming in. So yes, a lot of jobs are becoming redundant, right? A lot of AI adoption is also happening. We were already going through a digital transformation phase, and then AI has come and a lot of things have changed. So a lot of people are struggling in the market, and then startup space as well. Startups were a good opportunity for people to, get good money and good roles. But now they're also, the burning stage has little bit, now investors are not very comfortable with startups just burning money for a very long period of time, right? So definitely a lot of things have changed. But even with all of these factors, right, what you need to remind yourself is that you can only control your own narrative, right? You cannot control anything that is happening outside, in the outside world, right? And people who are struggling with finding a job as well, right, they are just working harder to get the kind of jobs which they were probably not working as hard before, right? So you cannot give up so easily in today's time. And actually there is a genuine problem where people are not getting the kind of opportunities that they deserve also, right? So in that case, you cannot sit and wait around. You have to do something, right? You have to maybe upskill yourself, maybe find other avenues of doing stuff and everything. Don't wait for the time that everything is going to just magically or miraculously improve one day, right? And your life will get sorted. Just remember, and even by that time, a lot of people would have done different things, would have worked on different things, would have upskilled themselves, would have worked on their stuff to build a more credible profile and everything. So you have to keep doing something or the other. You have to keep trying, right? And you never know. Like maybe you got 100 rejections. Maybe the 101 is what you're going to crack, right?
IITs or IIMs, what are some of the common myths that you want to maybe debunk for our viewers?
I feel like people should know the reality of things, right? A lot of times students get misleaded or misguided. I would not want that to happen to me or people that I care about, right? So, and I don't want that to happen to anybody for that matter, right? The kind of overly glamorizing a certain career option or talking only about the good aspects of a certain thing, because there's always two sides to a coin, right? So I feel like there's a lot of things that people need to know that they're not told, because they are being sold different kind of narratives. The narratives which, say for MBA, you will probably be shown a very flowery picture that, your life will change so much after MBA. It maybe does for some people, right? But there are a lot of things that you do not know about, because we hear different things even from IITs, we hear different kinds of news, right? Then I think it became more prominent after MBA, because MBA, there's a lot of surface level stuff. You learn all the good things about a different sector. Say, for example, consulting, right? So people will over glamorize consulting when they talk about consulting. So they'll talk about, hey, you'll get to stay in 5-star hotels, you'll get to fly, you'll get all these points and everything. You live a very luxurious life. And my question always used to be that, okay, but what will I be doing? How is my work life going to look like? And that is something that insight which I got from my first job, right? Because at my first job at Citibank, my life was amazing. I had so much work-life balance. I could take work from home whenever I would want. They were very flexible with that. The work hours were very chill. I could easily, spend significant amount of time playing foosball in office if I wanted to. So it was a very easygoing environment. I used to go on trips from time to time. But I was like, at the end of the day, I don't know if this is what I want to be doing. What am I learning? Is this something that interests me? Am I passionate about it? And I was like, I want to hustle in my 20s and everything, all that thought. So that has been there where I have always questioned that what is it that I will be doing on a day-to-day basis? The time that I'm sitting with my laptop, the time that I'm sitting in front of the computer or whatever. What is the work that I am doing, right? Even if you're in investment banking for that matter, you will probably be sitting in front of the laptop with an Excel sheet, right? That is the reality which people will not talk about. Even investment bankers make PPTs. That is something nobody will talk about, right? But that's the reality of things. People tend to over glamorize all the different things. So I feel कि उन्हें वो भी पता होना चाहिए.
Right, they should know what is expected out of you exactly to
Exactly. To
get
make a,
what they are giving you.
to make a very well-informed career decision. So even when I talk about consulting, I don't have anything against consulting. I've learned a lot of things from consulting as well, right? It was a great exposure for me. I just felt like this is not a long-term career choice for me, where I decided to leave. But people like doing consulting. But a lot of people have misconceptions about consulting, right? That, oh wow, we'll be traveling to so many amazing places and everything, and such a luxurious life we'll be living. But that is not how it really looks like. The reality is far from different. Like, even if I'm on a flight, I would be fighting with the air hostess. Like, you know, she'll be like, ma'am, please keep your laptop here. Ma'am, please keep your laptop. I'm like, no, let me just send this one email before we take off, right? That is the kind of pressure you're constantly in. Like, even if you're sitting in the car, you're just looking at your laptop or phone. Because you have to be available all the time. And you don't know when you're going to go next, where you're going to go next, or when you will be asked to go somewhere for anything. So you don't have any control over your own time, right? So all these kind of things don't get talked about much.
These things are important because that's how you can prepare yourself also. If you know what is being expected out of you, you can then understand what are the skills required for me to perform that.
Correct.
And then you can backtrack your learning and do the productive learning that you were talking about, and not just doing random things which doesn't make sense.